Soccer is one of the most intense sports where every second and opportunity counts. One of the best chances to win the game for your team is by scoring goals from the set pieces like free kicks and corner kicks. In situations like that, there is a huge pressure on the player who is about to take the set piece. The player needs to be prepared for situations like that so that he feels confident when he's taking the free kick. I'm a student soccer coach at Purdue University, and in this presentation I'm going to show how to master the technique of taking free kicks so that you can win the match for your team and make a huge difference in the game. So let's get started. Before you start practicing, you'll need a soccer ball and a goal post. These are the most essential things you need to practice for the free kicks. So here's tip number one. Run up to the ball. The length of your run up will depend on how much power you need to generate for your shot. If the free kick is placed far away from the opposing goal, you'll need more power. Measure out 4 or 5 steps. Your run up for a long shot should cover more than 10 yards. If the free kick is placed closer to the opposing goal, accuracy will be more important than power. For a short shot, you may need only one step. Another important thing about this is your foot placement. You should make sure that your standing foot is very close to the ball so that you can leave the ball above the ground and put enough power behind the ball. This next tip is very important. Tip number 2 is all about placement. Placement is the key that determines whether it's going to be a goal or not. The better you place the ball, it's more difficult for the keeper to save it. So the best way to practice the placement is by taking as many shots as possible as you can. And as you take more shots, it gets better day by day. So you better practice the placement before you practice your trick shots. Tip number 3 is finding the weak spot when you take the free kick. If you shoot the ball over the wall during the free kick, you should try to find the easiest route to the goal. Identify the shortest player on the opposing wall and try to kick the ball over their head. Remember that the ball has to go over the wall and come down before it travels down. So finding the weak spot can change the way of taking free kicks by a lot and increases the chance of scoring your goal. Here's the most important technique of taking the free kick. Tip number 4. You need to vary your technique every time you take the free kick. And this can be done by leaning backward or leaning forward. So varying the angle between your standing foot and the ball can change the way you shoot the ball. Sometimes the ball can curve towards the goal and sometimes it can curve outside. So it gives the keeper thinking which the way the ball gonna go. So you need to practice your tip number 4 by a lot so that you can change the way of taking your free kick every single time and catch the keeper off guard. Here's the last and the final tip. Practicing makes perfect. So tip number 5 is all about practice. You need to practice your free kick every single day. And even if you miss the goal, you can never lose your hope. You need to keep pushing yourself, hit 20 to 30 balls every single time, and always believe that practice makes perfect and do not lose your hope. Thank you for watching the presentation, and here's a list of the references that I used for my presentation. Thank you.